But I think the other big thing that really brings me back to Kombat Group every time, it's the people here. So my name is Nick Falloy, and this is my 4th time at Kombat Group. Every time I come back here, I come back for longer. I think the first time I came was 2018, and I came for about maybe 3 weeks, a little less. I came in 2019, right before COVID, for almost 4 weeks. And then I came in 2022 for 5 weeks. And now this year, I'm about to go home. I've been here for almost 6 weeks this time. And, you know, I think I initially wanted to come to Kombat Group because the idea of going to training camp as a vacation and just having sort of just that in my life for a certain amount of time where I didn't have to really do anything else, that I could just train, I could just work on the boxing, I could just work on my fitness, I could just drop some weight, and it would be secluded, like it would just all be in one place and I wouldn't have to deal with any logistics. That was really attractive to me. And I looked around at where I thought would be a good place to do this, especially because I like to do Western boxing, which is, you know, a little harder to find a place, a training camp like that has a specialty track in that. And I found Kombat Group, and then once I came here, I was like, yeah, I don't need to go anywhere else. This is my experience of what I was looking for. I keep coming back because essentially on multiple levels, the facility here is just really well run. It's well managed in the sense that they make sure that the classes don't have too many people in them, so that you get a certain amount of attention from the trainers and you get a certain amount of chance to work individually. The place is very clean. You know, they're in here cleaning the mats in the gym multiple times a day. I don't like to be working out at a place where I think I might get a staph infection from, you know, the mats, which some of the boxing gyms I've been in my life seem like, you know, are not so sanitary. The facility overall is just very nice to live in. The rooms are very nice. There's a swimming pool, and it's all contained. Like I don't have to leave, which is what I'm looking for. Other camps, you know, that I've seen, like they're in the middle of a city or you've got to go somewhere else to stay, live. I'll go a week here without leaving the walls of the compound. And they keep it pretty well regulated. I mean, they have rules here at the camp that I like, right? Which is people aren't really supposed to bring in like a lot of outside guests. I like that. I don't want the place becoming a party when I'm trying to focus and train. Camp is dry. There's no alcohol here. I like that. I don't need that temptation around. I don't need, you know, to be in a party atmosphere when I'm trying to work on what I'm doing here. But I think the other big thing that really brings me back to Kombat Group every time, it's the people here. The staff at this point knows me. They, you know, I have them do everything when I'm here. I just kind of give myself that. I have them do my laundry, you know, they make my food. I just don't have to worry about the day-to-day. And the trainers, I mean, particularly my trainer, Joel Kwong, who's the head of the Western boxing training program here. He's a former elite amateur fighter from the Philippines. He also had a pro career. He had like 20 pro fights. And I can't speak highly of him enough because when I'm here, I'm getting private sessions that I'm paying for from this guy 3-4 times a week for an hour at a time to just work with me in the ring. Just get in there, get the mitts on, look at what I'm doing, have me execute different combinations, different moves. You know, back home, I couldn't find somebody of that kind of caliber to give me that kind of attention. And if I could, it would be prohibitively expensive. But, you know, here, this is Joel's, you know, his profession is to be the head trainer here. And he pays attention to me when I'm training with him, just like he would pay attention to a competitive fighter, which is something that's hard to find. I like to work with people, whatever I'm doing, who take a lot of pride in their craft, right? Who take it really seriously. And Joel knows that even though I'm a guy in my 40s and I'm probably never going to be a competitive fighter again, I want to get better. I want to be pushed, and I want someone who's going to push me, not just sort of meet me halfway. And he does that. He's a very talented trainer. He's able to sort of get the best out of you that you have to give, and it cause you to push yourself to get better. You know? So every time I come to Kombat Group, I mean, one of the things that I want to do is drop some weight because, at life, home, you're stressed, you're eating too much. I'm a lawyer back home, so it's a stressful occupation. And the dropping weight here is pretty easy to do because you're working out outside in 80-degree weather with 85% humidity a lot of the time, and you're training 3-4 hours a day. So as long as you kind of just restrict what you're eating, you're gonna drop some good weight. And I think that there are people who come here with just that goal in mind. But that's really, to me, just kind of like the beginning and sort of the icing on the cake of what I do here and what it does for me. Which that time that I spend in the ring at 8 o'clock in the morning every morning with Joel, I can't tell you how much that does for the kind of stability of my mentality when I go back home. I feel completely reset. I feel focused. I've gotten a chance to use my brain deliberately at something that I love doing that, that isn't my job. It isn't my profession. And that causes me to have a better perspective when I leave here. Also, in terms of cardio fitness, I'm never in as good shape, really, as when, in terms of stamina, as when I leave Kombat Group, because when else are you going to get to train that many hours a day? And even though I know that's going to decrease some, I mean, it just feels so good when I leave. I mean, you feel so much more centered in your body when you have a consistency of that kind of energy and you feel confident about it. So if you were thinking of coming to Kombat Group, I could see how for some people it might seem sort of intimidating, right? It's a fighting gym. There's all these rings and bags, and there's a lot of these guys standing around hitting things and stuff. But it's really a very warm and supportive place. And I would say to anyone thinking of coming here, whether you want to start boxing or doing Muay Thai and you've never done it before, or whether you've done it and you want to train with some really good people and get better, or whether you just want to come here and lose some weight or get fit, don't be intimidated because the staff here is very good at tailoring your experience to what your goals are and working with you at the level that you want to work at. And the people here are not, they're not competitive in the sense of, trying to one up each other in the gym or anything. It's all a very supportive environment about everybody trying to achieve what they want. So I would say just come. I've met such incredible, interesting people here in terms of the other guests and made friends that I communicate with outside of Kombat Group now. I think you're going to have a good time really no matter what happens or what your goals are here because it's just such a positive environment. Dynamic, ambitious, and supportive.